welcome everybody. Cinderella, Hot and Bothered. Oh, really? This was honestly a tough song to learn. Tom Kiefer and company threw everything but the kitchen sink in this song. I mean, it's got so many classic rock, cliche riffs in it, but done so well. Just really enjoyable. Now, this was in the Wayne's World movie, but it's also on their album Still Climbing. So we are in standard tuning, and we're going to start the lesson off with the intro, which really kind of sets the tone for the verse as far as the rhythm. And the rhythm, again, just like the chorus, it has some nuances that I think that's why there aren't a lot of lessons on this, because nobody's really taken the time to sit down and really figure out what the hell exactly is he doing. So, tabbed it out. My tab will be below. If you like, buy me a beer. I'd appreciate it, always. And always appreciate the videos rolling, or the ads, because I make a little cash off of that. So, thank you for all of that. So this song, again, not a whole lot of, it's got some overdrive on it. It's not really distorted. So don't give it too much oomph. With that said, we start off with 2 D chords, and we're just playing power chords. Then we're going to go switch fingers, put your first finger up on the F sharp note on the 6th string, move this middle finger up to the 3rd string at the 2nd fret, and leave this middle finger at the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. So this is an F sharp over D chord. So what he does is he plays the 6th, then 3rd, and 2nd string. All right. So we have 2 Ds. Then we switch it to a G. So we just move that middle finger up to the 6th string, and the 3rd string is open now, and then we play 3rd fret of the 2nd string. So we just leave that 2nd string there. All right. Then we come back with a 3 on the 3rd fret on the 5th string with a big pull down and pull off. And then as we pull it off, we're hitting an A power chord. So it leads right into it. Let that ring for about 4 counts, and then we go with the 6th string, 3rd fret pulled off to open, 5th fret pulled off to open, and then to the 5th string, 3rd fret pulled off to open. All right, so up to that point, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we repeat our little walk down with the 2 Ds, and well, I should say walk up, F sharp to G. And then we're going to do this. We're going to hit 3. Not pull it down, we're just going to hit it and then hit our A. And that A rings for about 2 counts. And then we're going to hit open 5th string to 3rd fret to 2 more A's. And then we hit 3 on that 5th string back to the A. And that A is held for 2 counts. So we've got this 3 to A, and then we'll hit A again, and then we're going to do a little, let's just call it AC/DC move. It'll be 3rd fret of the 5th string to an A to a D, then back to the 3rd fret to 2, and we hold that. So again, like I said, we're starting this kind of verse rhythm. Let's see, we got the A ringing for 2 counts. Then we're going to do our open 3 to 2 A's again. Then 3 to 2, or 3 to A, I'm sorry. And then again another A. So let's start the pattern where he started it after the walk up. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. At that point, the verse starts. Now, we're just going to continue this rhythm. So at this point where we left off, the 3 holding the 2 for 2 counts is kind of where we started after the walk-up. All right, so we do that at the end of the intro. And then he starts singing when we do our open 3 to 2 A's. Okay, so that is the rhythm. It really takes some patience. My notes will help you immensely because I wrote it out with the little pauses that are in there, and I think you'll be able to follow along with it along with the video. All right, so in that first verse 1 measure, we're going to come into a D chord that's going to ring out, and we'll hit it a specific rhythm before we actually do pull down on the 3rd fret of the 6th string into an E. So when he starts singing, we're coming in with the open 5th string, 3rd fret, 5th string to 2 A's, then 3rd fret to an A that's held for a couple counts, maybe more of a count, and then to another 2. I'm going to start there because we're going to go through that. We'll go through that one time after he's singing, and the second time we're just going to jump and stay on that D. So, and it's a D power chord. We don't need to use that 1st string. So we have this. So you see how that comes in with the D, and I wrote it out because he'll come in a 3 on the 5th string to the D. He'll hit it 2 more times, and then down, up, down twice. Then another down and up, and before we go to the 3rd fret of the 6th string pulled slightly down into our E. And again, the E is a down, and then down, up, and then down, up, down, down, up, down. All right. So I've written it out in increments so you can see that. So from the 3 to the D. Then we're going into another D, and just like we did, and then to an E. This E is cut short. It's only half a measure. So we're going to do a down, and then down, up, and then down, up, down. And then we're going to hit a set of Ds, and then another set of Ds. And we're into the chorus. Now the chorus rhythm is quite different. Alright, so for the chorus, again, there's just these little nuances that Tom adds in here. Think of it this way. We're going to start out with a set of A chords and a 3rd fret on the 5th string first time and 6th string second time before we do the A's. Alright, so it'll sound like this. So the first time is again a slight pause, and then we have, again, no pull down on these. Then we're going to move to D. Now we're only going to play the D on the 4th and 3rd string. So we'll be playing open 4th and then 2nd fret of the 3rd string. And we're using the 5th string 3 between both of those. Then we're back to A. D. Back to A. Oops. So, let me play this chorus for you and I'll explain how it ends here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, told you he throws in the kitchen sink in this. So what we're doing after the 4th time we go around and we're actually back on our A, we're going to do A again up to the 6th string 5 and 1 A after that. All right, so it'll sound like this. When we would hit another A, we're just going to do a little lick. So he's walking up the 5th string, open to the 2nd, 3rd fret, and then back to open. And then 2 counts of D, power chord, and 2 C's. Okay, so that is the chorus. Again, the timing of coming from the D to the A twice will help you get into that lick. All right, let me do that for you once from the D, and then we'll go to the A twice. Oops. Okay, so you can kind of see how that all falls together. Rather than the 6th string 3 to 2 A's, we're going 6th string 3 to 1 A, and then that little lick. All right, that leads us into verse 2. Now, verse 2 starts on the A, and it's held. Then we go to our 0, 3 to 2 A's, 0, 3 to an A, and continue on from there. So we have this. All right, at the end, verse 2 is shorter. So when we do come to our D, we shorten the E, we go to the 2 sets of D power chords, and then we're into chorus 2. Chorus 2 is exactly like chorus 1, what we learned. All right, the only difference is when we go to the D, we're going to actually hold that D and not move to a C. We're going to hold that D for 6 counts, all right? So it'll be... Then we're into the solo rhythm. All right, so we'll go over the solo rhythm and so forth next. But like I said, chorus 2, the only difference, we don't go to a C. Those 2 chords are just staying on the D. So we have this, I call it solo break. All right, we're going to hit an E power chord. Hold that for a couple counts, then hit another set. That holds for about 4 counts, and then we do 1 and then 2 more. Then he does this little lick. That leads us into the actual rhythm of the solo. All right, so what you're doing, right there, we're going to go 2nd fret of the 4th string to the 1st fret to open. So we'll walk down, and then we're going to walk up 2, 3, 4 on the 5th string. Then we go into the rhythm. So now this rhythm for the solo is really just our E power chord played with 2 strings. Then we move to A. All right, that goes back and forth for 2 measures, and then what he does is after an E, or he'll come into an E, this E would be like the chorus E. We're going to do a slight pull down on that 6th string to an E chord once, and then down, up, and then down, up, down, and then another down, up, down, and then we go D power chord to 3 on the 5 to an A held. The end of that solo rhythm with an A held. And what I like to do is go to my bridge pickup, turn down from about 10 to about 6, 7, and we're going to go into the bridge. Now the bridge, I told you guys, he throws everything in this song. We're going to do a little hybrid picking on a D to an A and so forth. So it starts out basically like the intro starts out, 2 Ds, but again, we're not as distorted, we're kind of turned down. And he'll do that again. So after that 2nd A, what you're going to hear is him plucking on the 3rd and 2nd string. So he's going to start out with an A, and he's going to pluck that 5 times before moving to a 3 on the 2nd string and keeping that 2 on the 3rd. So it'll sound like this. So he holds that 3 and 2, and then he starts plucking that, and he'll count that 5 times before he moves up to 5th fret string, keeping that root note, if you will, on the 2nd string. All right, so we have this. And we pluck that 5 times before we come back to the 3 and 2. Pluck that, and then we move back to the 5 and 2. Come back to the 3 and 2, and then hold that, and then we'll do our 3 picks of it, and then you'll hear the chords just ringing out, but he hits it 6 times. Then we move to an E, and we're going to hit that 5 times. Then we're into, basically, it's the chorus and out. Now, during this lick part, there are licks going on over that, and I've written them out. I've written out where they come in, lick 2, lick 3, lick 4. In addition to lick 1, which happened earlier. So chorus 3 that fades us out goes on for 5 measures, and again starts fading out. But it's a real great way if you want to practice the rhythm of the chorus, because there's nothing but this chorus rhythm. It doesn't change, doesn't go into D's and all that other stuff. So think of it as we're going from the 3s to an A, all right, then the 3s to a D, and then back to A, back to D. So it'll sound like this. That's one measure. All right, really great way to learn the chorus if you're struggling with that rhythm. Go to chorus 3 as they fade out. You'll be able to play right along with it. So we'll go over the licks and the solos and the whole song. Okay, so we're going to go through licks and solo and then licks in the order we hear them in the song. So verse 2 starts out with the rhythm, and you'll hear this lick. So basically, we're holding the 2nd string at the 8th fret and taking the 7th fret of the 3rd string and bending that up. You'll hear them release it and bend it back up, but it's just one motion. Then you'll hear him hit the 5th fret of the 3rd string and then the 5th fret again before he slides off after some vibrato. All right, again, that is just during verse 2, right in the middle of the first measure before he starts singing again. So solo break 2 will start with this. All right, I told you he throws everything in this song. So we start out on the 3rd string, 2nd fret. We're going to bend that and then go to the open 1st string, to the 2nd string, 3 to open. Then we come back to the 3rd fret of the 2nd string with a bend and 2 hits on the 1st string. Back to 3 to open on the 2nd, and then another bend on 3 and 2 opens on the 1st. 3 to open on the 2nd. And then we're going to do a double stop. It'll be the 2nd fret of the 3rd and 2nd string, bent and released and pulled off to the open fret, and then back to 2 and back to open. Then we come to 2 on the 4th string to open. Then we jump up to the 8th fret of the 2nd string, 9th fret of the 1st string with a bend slightly, and then hitting the open E. Do that again, and hit it with unbent to open E. All right, that's setting us up for another little Chuck Berry. Actually, it's more of a Ace Frehley lick. Okay, so the 2nd measure, like I said, it's Chuck Berry-ish, but it reminds me of Ace Frehley and his solo. Let me do it slowly so you can hear the Ace. So again, he kind of skips a different, but it's reminiscent. So what Tom is doing here is we're going to be taking the 12th fret of the 3rd string, bent up, catching 10 on the 2nd to 1st. Then we go to the 2nd string, 13 pulled off to 10, and catching 10 on the 1st. We'll do that 4 times. Then we just hit open 1st and 2nd string. Okay, so that's the 2nd measure of the solo break that we hear. And then we do this, all right? We're going to be on the 3rd string. All right, I know it sounds like a bunch of noise, but when you're playing with the song, what we're doing, we're sliding on the 3rd string from 7 to 9. Use your middle finger. Okay, because So what we're doing is sliding on the third string from 7 to 9. Use your middle finger because that allows you to put your first finger on the 8th fret of the second string and play the rest. Then we jump to 7, slide to 5, and then 7 to 5 again on both strings. Open, and then 10 hammered into 10, 12 on the first and second string. Then we're going to hit 10 on the second string alone 4 times. Then we go to 12 on the first and second with a bend to 10 twice unbent. 10 bent and 10 unbent twice. All right. That is the third measure of the solo. Again, it really, you're really, when he's going to D, we're doing D. And then when he's around the E chord, we're referencing that, if you will. All right, we're into the fourth measure. So the next measure starts out with 2 hits on 5 on the first string. And then third string, 7 pushed up or bent up as we hit 5 on the second to 5 on the first. We'll do that 4 times. Then we're going to slide 7 down on that third string, but we'll catch 17 with our first finger on the first string. All right, and then what we do is go to 20 on the second string. And then we go 17, 20 to 17. 17 starting on the first string, 20 to 17 on the second, landing on 19 on the third. And it's not a pull-off. Back to 17 on the first and then second string. Then we're going to bend up 20. Use your ring finger because you're going to catch 20 with your pinky underneath. We do that twice, all right? So from our slide up, I could do that with my pinky, and you can try it that way if it works with your pinky. It's just, I'm more of a pinky player than most people are ring fingers. So whatever you're comfortable with, but it's really bending up that second string, catching the first. All right, so we do that twice, and then we're into the next measure again. And we're going 20 on the second string to 20 twice on the first, back to 20, pulled off to 17 on the second. Landing on 19 on the fourth. Hitting that twice to 17 vibrato. So then we take on the fourth string, 19 pulled off to 17, catching 17 on the fifth string. Lay your finger down, catch 17 on the second and third string. To 19, and then 19 bent, 19 pulled off to 17. And then 19, 17, 19 pulled off to 17 on the fourth string. Landing on 19 on the fifth string. And then 17 pulled off to 15. Landing on the third string at 17. Okay, a lot of notes there, but slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, a lot of notes there, played really fast. Again, it's going to take some practice. I've written it all out. Now we move back up to our fifth position. All right, we're going to do this. It starts off, we slide in on the third and second string to 7, then we'll hit 7 again, catching just 5 on the third string. go to 7 on the 4th string to 5, 6, 7 on the 5th. Then we go 5 on the 4th string to 7, 5, and then 5 on the 3rd string to 7 on the 4th. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to start, this is where this solo break starts ending, and you'll hear the E power chords. He does this little nice run up in the E minor pentatonic. So what we're doing there is triplets. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We're starting on the 6th string at 10. We'll go 10 to 12, and then to 10 on the 5th string. That's the first set of 3. Then we come back to 12 on the 6th string, back to the 5th string, 10, and then 12 for the next set of 3. And then 10, 12, 10 for the next set on the 5th string. And we move up, we'll go 14, 12, 14. We just move up the scale that way. Again, I've written it out, and to save all this minutia, this is how it'll go slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Once we get to the second 14 on the 3rd string, we're going to pull off from 15 on the 2nd string to 12, landing on 14. Then we do a nice little lick here, 17 pulled off to 15 on the 2nd string, but landing on 16 on the 3rd and sliding back to 14. So we have this. It's a really nice lick. And then we end on 17 on the 1st string. So lick 2 that you'll hear in the song will slide into the 6th fret 3rd string and then continue on with the 5th position. So what we're doing, use your middle finger, slide into 6, catch 5 on the 2nd to 1st, back to 2nd string. And then we go to 8 on the 2nd with a bend and vibrato. Alright, the next lick you'll hear, lick 3, will be this. So what we're doing is hitting 12 on the 1st string to 12, bent and pulled off to 10, and then 12 again. Alright. Then we just stay basically in this area. We go up to the 12th position. We're going to grab 14 and bend that up on the 2nd string while we're hitting 12. Does that 4 times. It's kind of a unison bend, but a little out of the norm. It's just making you, it's giving you tension to release. Alright, and then the very last outro lick that you'll hear will slide into 11 this time. So we're sliding into 11 on the 3rd string, catching 10 to 12 bent. And then we hit 12 unbent on that 2nd string to 12 on the 1st string, back to 12 on the 2nd with a bend and release. And then hitting 10. So that is the final lick. I really hope this helps everybody. Great song. Play your own licks. Playing the A minor pentatonic, D minor pentatonic. You'll be able to play right along with this, depending on where they're at in the song. A lot of great licks to learn, so I really hope this helps everybody. Enjoy.